Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I am about to walk you through a process to use something called prompt chaining in GPT-3 in neural network, if you didn't already know, in order to create a blog writer. So GPT-3 is not that good at just creating a blog from a really simple line. So I would say create a blog post on, let's see here, the unidentified aerial phenomenon papers that have been released by the Pentagon. So let's see what it says. In 2017, the Pentagon released a batch of documents related to the so-called unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UAP phenomenon. This is the first time the Pentagon has acknowledged the existence of these mysterious objects, and release of these documents has generated a lot of interest and speculation. So, what do we know? Oh, this is actually pretty good. Let's see where we go from here. Let's turn it up to like 300. That'll be fine. 0.7. Yeah, I think we'll keep everything as is. So what do we know about these UAPs? Unfortunately, not much. The documents don't contain any concrete information about what these objects are or where they come from, but they do provide some tantalizing clues. For example, one of the documents describes an incident in which a UAP was tracked by radar and observed visually by pilots. This object was described as being spherical with no visible propulsion system. It's also worth noting that the incident occurred near the nuclear test site at Groom Lake, Nevada, better known as Area 51. Another document describes an incident in which a UAP was observed by multiple witnesses on the ground. The object was described as being disc-shaped and was seen to emit a pulsing red light. So what do we make of all of this? It's hard to say for sure, but one thing is certain. The existence of UAPs is now an official part of the Pentagon's history, and that's bound to generate even more interest in this fascinating phenomenon. Yeah, that's a pretty good blog post, wouldn't you say? I'm actually surprised by how good that is because when I try other prompts, let's see, I'll try to prompt a bad one. I'm just gonna save this in a different playground here. Um, when I try a prompt like, we should just tell it a large language model. Let's see if it can figure that one out. There is no doubt that cheating on university papers is on the rise. With the advent of large language models, it is easier than ever for students to find essays that have already been written and simply copy them. This is a huge problem for professors who must now spend blah blah blah. There are a few reasons why cheating is more prevalent now ever than before. Okay, internet has made access, they're click at a button. Large language models have made it possible for students to generate their own essays. Okay, so it knows what that they are and it knows that it can generate an essay. These essays are often very good, and it can be difficult for professors to tell that they are not the students' own work. The solution to this problem is not clear. Some professors are now requiring their students to submit their essays to plagiarism detection software before they will be graded. This is effective, but it's also time consuming. I'm not sure that it would catch a large language model, I'm just saying. Whatever the solution, it is clear that cheating on university papers is a major problem. It is unfair to the students who are working hard to write their own essays and is a waste of the professor's time. Hopefully, with the help of technology, this problem can be solved. Yeah, that's a decent blog post. You know, if you just wanted to put some kind of whatever content out there, just some consumptive material, it makes me wonder, what are we getting out of writing things for grades now that a computer can do it to a pretty good degree? You'll be seeing over the coming videos that we can actually soup this process up big time, and give it some extra creative juice in a huge way, and that'll be cool when we start getting into that stuff. But okay, right now, let's see. We've created a reasonable. I'm gonna generate that again, but what if I just put fucking maximum length on there? Alright, what's this one do? Okay, so we're getting different results. North Carolina, large language models. Okay, that didn't do anything. It just created a worse one that was shorter. Let's just turn that down a little bit. Oh. Blah, blah, blah. What? Okay, starts out different. A lot of prevalence on university papers with large language models. So they're all starting out different. This is important to notice. This one is quite long. Some people are quite concerned about this, while others feel it's not a big deal. Personally, so this is more of a personal viewpoint. I think that cheating on university papers is a serious problem. LLMs make it easy for students to find essays that have already been written on their topic. More about LLMs. Of course, not all students who use LLMs are cheating. Some may be unsure how to write a good paper. Vast majority of students who use these models are doing so to cheat. Kind of makes me want to ask about the ethics of using. What don't we do? Instead of priming it with cheating, which I did here, ethics of using large language models. Post on the ethics of using large language models in a universe to write university papers. Submit. A lot of debate around it. Personally, I think there's nothing wrong with writing it. The student's able to understand the material and write a good paper. No problem with it. So this is like written in the first person. I didn't ask it to write in the first person. I wonder if I should capitalize university. I don't know. Number of ethical considerations. First and foremost, is it reputable and trustworthy? Number of ways to do this, like checking reviews from other users, looking for independent verification. I don't know if you can do that. Another ethical consideration is ensuring not plagiarizing the work of others by using the LLM. They can be very helpful in generating ideas and writing drafts. It's important that you ultimately write the paper yourself and give credit where it's due. Yeah, I believe in that. This is one of my favorite ones so far. This means that ensuring that you cite any sources you used in developing your paper, include the LLM itself. Boom, like that. Also, impact on your own writing ability. That's interesting. Good point there, GPT-3. While LLMs can be very helpful in getting ideas on paper, they can be a dependency on the tool. Yep, that's probably true. Except for I just keep, it's a whole new deal automating this stuff. It's real fun, y'all. This means that it's important to make sure that you are still developing your own writing skills even as you are using LLM to help with the process. Well, I'd say since getting into LLMs, I'm like reading a lot. Overall, there are a number of ethical considerations to take into account when using LLMs. All right, that was a pretty reasonable blog post also. You know what? There are ways to soup this up, but maybe for another video. I think we've gone on here for long enough. My conclusion is that this super simple prompt right here can create a reasonable, I would say a reasonable at least start on a blog post. Definitely somewhere to go from. As I said, I will be building on this technology using embeddings and querying the embeddings in, interesting ways to continue to build this process out. I think introducing the embeddings is really going to add a dope element. Cool, that's all I have for ya. Hope that you enjoyed the video, and I thank you for being here with me. Peace.